Hi, I'm Monica Flood with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Baton Rouge. I would like to thank the generosity of Children's Trust and the United Way for making these classes possible. Thank you very much. Hi, y'all. I'm Monica Flood, and today I'd like to talk some more about stopping meanness. And it starts with ourselves first, understanding our own feelings, understanding and being kind to ourselves. And then when we can learn to do that, then we can learn to understand others and be kind to others. I got this idea. It's not an idea that I made up originally. It's something I've heard before, that we all wake up every morning with a sign that says, I am lovable and capable. And what happens is we go through our day and different things happen, and that sign gets crumbled, and we're not so sure about feeling that way anymore. And that happens to all of us. The sign is invisible. It's kind of like that story about the buckets. Have you filled a bucket today that I read in the last session? It's kind of like that. It's not a sign that we actually have in front of us. It's a sign that reflects how we feel on the inside. And so what may happen is we go throughout our day, and maybe when we get to school, we forgot our homework. And so, that we don't feel good. So our sign gets crumbled a little bit. And then maybe we go to recess, and it looks like everybody else has somebody to play with, but there's nobody for us to play with. So our feelings, our insides get crumbled a little bit more. And then we go on, and maybe somebody calls us a mean name, ugly or weird or something like that. Then maybe we answer a question at school and we get it wrong. We make a mistake. And we don't feel good about that. And really, there's a saying, I think, I can't remember the name of who said it. Maybe Gandhi. I'm not certain about it. But there is no winning or losing. There's just winning and learning. So mistakes are worthwhile because we learn from them. So, there is no perfect person. Nobody is born knowing everything. In fact, nobody, even in old age or as an adult, knows everything. Learning is important, and part of learning is making mistakes, and we're going to fall. And, it's okay. That's unrealistic to think that we need to be perfect. It's not going to happen. So what happens at the end of the day is these are our insides, our feelings that we are lovable or capable get all crumbled up inside, and we don't feel so lovable and capable anymore. Then some things may happen. Maybe somebody gives us a hug. We get an A on our test. Some good things happen, and we start to feel better. But our sign is still going to be crumbled, even though it might straighten up. We're going to remember those things that happened where we were feeling sad and mad and fearful. And just remember that you are lovable and capable. We all have those uncomfortable feelings of being mad and sad and disappointed, and we make mistakes. And we all feel like we're not as capable and as lovable sometimes as we'd like to feel. That's life, that's learning. But you are lovable and capable no matter what happens, even if you make mistakes, even if others say mean things about you. Just because somebody says something does not make it true. I could say anything. Words do not make things true. I could say, this wall is blue. Does that make the wall blue? Absolutely not. So if somebody says something mean to you, it doesn't mean it's true. So just remember, you are lovable and capable because you are alive and you're here just as you are. Just as you are. Tell yourself that every day. I am lovable and capable because it's true. Another thing that I'd like to talk to you about is the word empathy. Say that word for me. Empathy. That's an important word. When we are empathetic to others, we are caring, kind, and loving. Empathy is feeling with somebody. What do you think the opposite of empathy is? What do you think hurts empathy or keeps us from being empathetic? Judgment. What is judgment? Judgment is saying that somebody is a loser or somebody is ugly. Or it might be laughing at a mean thing that somebody says about something, or laughing when somebody makes a mistake, or ignoring somebody if they're on the playground and they are all by themselves and don't have anybody to play with, or skipping over them at the lunch table where everybody's eating, where they're by themselves and nobody else is sitting near them. An empathetic person, a kind, loving, caring person would notice people that are being left out and sit next to them or invite them to play with them. That's empathy. And that is how we show kindness to one another. It starts within ourselves. And then once we can accept that we are lovable and capable, then we can understand how other people are feeling. And we can get strong enough to reach out to them. So guys, notice the people around you. And if somebody is being left out on purpose, please be the caring, loving, kind, upstander that does something to help that person. You may make more of a difference in that person's life than you know if you make an effort to include a person that's being left out. That's meanness, to leave somebody out on purpose. And to stop meanness, we all need to work together and include people that are being left out. Another thing that I'd like to talk with you about is if you make a mistake or when you make a mistake, because that's all of us, we all make mistakes, what can you say? Well, one thing that I like is I am sorry, apologize for it. I messed up. Okay? Um, because we all do that. We all mess up. I know I do it a lot. And even with feelings, I get impatient with other people, or I say things that are unkind that I wish I wouldn't say. And if when that happens, I try to be aware of it and pay attention and to admit that I made a mistake. And what if somebody says this to me? I am sorry I messed up. What do people usually say when somebody, how do you respond? What do you say back to somebody that says, I am sorry if they hurt you? Do you say that's okay? Those aren't my favorite words because it's not okay when I hurt somebody or when they hurt me. It's not okay. Hurting happens and it's going to happen. We need to own up to it and apologize. I think a better way to respond, or the way I really like when somebody apologizes, is to say, thank you. Thank you. Just leave it at that. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that you hurt me and for noticing that. And I like that better than that's okay because I don't think it's okay. It's not okay. But I do appreciate when other people admit that to me. And I think telling them thank you for noticing, thank you for taking the time to tell me is an appropriate way to respond to somebody when they apologize to me or when they hurt me. So if somebody apologizes, the next time they apologize, say thank you. Look them in the eye. Let them know that you're talking to them and say thank you. The last thing I'm going to do with you today is to teach you a song. Now, singing is not, I am not looking to go on American Idol or anything like this. That I'm just doing this for fun. It's to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. So we're going to do a kindness song. If you're kind and you know it, clap your hands. If you're kind and you know it, clap your hands. If you're kind and you know it, then your words will surely show it. If you're kind and you know it, clap your hands. If you're kind and you know it, play air guitar. If you're kind and you know it, play air guitar. If you're kind and you know it, then your words will surely show it. If you're kind and you know it, play air guitar. If you're kind and you know it, take a selfie. If you're kind and you know it, take a selfie. If you're kind and you know it, then your words will surely show it. If you're kind and you know it, take a selfie. If you're kind and you know it, do all three. If you're kind and you know it, do all three. If you're kind and you know it, then your words will surely show it. If you're kind and you know it, do all three. All right, guys, thank you for listening today. You have been great. Remember, You can make a difference. What you do and say matters. And we can all work together to stop meanness. Thank you.